And we're back. And let's see, where are we? I did that. We were going into the Hall of Warriors. Let's go.
Sure.
So, warrior. We live in peace, but we never submit to Estramoran. Okay. More warriors, the lagars.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
A child. Arthwin. Let's talk to. Let's see if the child. I've never met an Estamar before. Arthwin. A lanky hunter grooms his stubble, a patch fuzz of blonde hairs, while listening attentively to a young elven woman. She whispers in his reddened ear and giggles. With his head still lowered, he flashes a wide smile in return. The hunter notices you. He clears his throat and straightens his back, adopting an air of dignity. I've been expecting you. My tribesmen have told me that you're to speak the truth about Fjorm's exile. He combs his sparse stubble, darting a glance to the elven woman. Well, Arthwin doesn't hide from the truth. Act, and I'll answer. First, tell me about your tribe. We're young, the youngest tribe in Glenfath. Arthwin hesitates for a moment, scratching his beard and then spreads his long legs apart. But we're not weak. The other tribes have their history, and now we, the twice split arrows, are making our own. Arthwin puffs his chest and pounds it with his fist. We're true Glenfathans, true hunters. I've proven our work. His patches of golden stubble sparkle alongside a glowing smile. It was me, not Fjorm, who killed the giant Stalagar. What happened to Fjorm? Arthwin looks down and licks his lips. Fjorm. He pushes the blonde bristles away from the edges of his mouth. Every tribe knows his prowess, the hunter of great name, but this time he fell behind. We spotted the great Stalactor on the Sentinel's Ridge, above the waterfall of the North Weald. It was stalking for prey. Arthwin lightly shakes his head. Fjorm wanted us to split. He lured the beast to the river and outflank it. The hunter scratches his flushed earlobe, but the beast didn't come down to the riverbank. So we tried to circle it on the edge. I climbed faster, and there it was, ready to pounce on me. Arthwin thrust his fist forward. I pierced flesh, midair, rolled over, and stabbed at it again, and again. And it was dead. The hunter pushes his muscle back and looks up. Fjorm couldn't believe he didn't earn the first kill, not even a cut. He said he'd not return with the shame of losing to a twice-split arrow. Arthwin sighed. I pleaded, but he was a keeper of the stone. He'd not listen. And now he's exiles. Who knows where? Okay. That kind of does sound believable. I'll go there in a sec. Okay. Alright. Oh, they look so cool though. Let's do some.
This calls for a subtle touch. Give me a real challenge. Consider it done.
I don't know why I want the XP.
Give
I
me a
think
real
everyone.
challenge.
Is everyone here? What's your level? You're the only one left right now. Nope. Nope. Not worth it. Save that. Warriors. The table is scarred and stained from years of use. The hearth still smells of freshly cooked game. Grease spatters the blackened bricks. The crates contain the few necessities of a Glenfathan traveling party: furs and blankets, sturdy hide clothing and gifts of carven adra. Huh. To mock. Come to treat with the 3 tusk the lag. The simple and unadorned, though simple and unadorned, the blades are made of sharp and finely tempered steel. What's here? Andra. The Ithic Knoll. The Ithic Knoll is a group both fascinating and dangerous. An ancient druidic order. Its beliefs fall well outside what the average person might imagine of druids. Though details are sketched, an Ithic Knoll would seem to have originated in the White Marsh, as the order itself consists mostly of dwarves. The traditional druidic chants of the Ithic Knoll speak of the people as a collective whole that created a necessary balance through their strict adherence to the purity of their line. This has been interpreted by historical chroniclers to mean that there was a time when only dwarves were allowed to be Ithic Knoll. Residing now in Twin Elms, records of the Ithic Knoll date back to well before the settlement has arrived at its present name, and in fact, some information places them in Twin Elms even before the Conflatans arrived. If this is truly the case, the Ithic Knoll are one of the oldest druidic orders in existence. Their beliefs don't conform to what is normally viewed as druidic viewpoints. Sacrifice, blood, fire, and an intense drive for balance in all things, well beyond most druidic standards, pervade their rituals. Core to this is the dogma that if you want something from the universe, you must also sacrifice something into the universe to maintain the balance. Nothing can ever be received without something first being given. If you perform the sacrifice, your desires will always be satiated. The simplest example of the sacrificial balance are explained to the author when it's thus. Say you are one of these Ithic Knoll and say you want your daughter's marriage to go well. You don't want problems, so you ask the elders what you must do. You are told what the appropriate sacrifice is, and then you perform it. In this case, it could be as simple as throwing some coins into lava, giving the metal back to the earth, sacrificing something that is important to you, right? But the requirement is always different, and you don't know what is expected of you until you're asked. The more significant request, the more significant the demand, and most things of true value must be paid in blood. I was told of people removing fingers, toes, even whole limbs. One farmer was reputed to have sacrificed his youngest son. Another good question many people have raised is in regards of the Conflatans. Why do they allow such a potentially violent but dangerous group to live in Irglanfat? Why not force them out? Rumors are that the Ithic Knoll are able to make from an ancient recipe a unique war paint, apparently blood-based. And is that what was in that woman thing? And they're the only people in the world who can. The Conflatans, it is said, have come to believe this war paint provides tremendous advantage in combat. And the residents of the Ithic Knoll in Twin Elms is predicated as the fair trade of the suspense. Okay. Alright. Alright, save it, and then let's talk to Simon. Wait, is there something here first?
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Alright. Simon.
Mr. Moore?
Smoke. A grizzled old elf, and his hair braided and dyed, stands at one end of the hall. His arms and chest are cross-hatched with the pale seams of scars. His crooked smile looks like another. It's not many Amstermorn who are permitted into our sacred city. Brithron must be feeling especially soft today. Come to hear your future at Tear of Voron. His smile widens, exposing a row of yellow crooked teeth, or to make your own at Blood Sands. What's Blood Sands? An ancient place of sacrifice. He laces his fingers together in a cave by the great elms themselves. Reeston and his druids have been an integral part of the Conflatan society for generations. No matter what some of the other tribes might say, Erglanfat has held its own against the Estermorn because some of us still understand the power of the sacrifice. It gives you an appraising eye. Does the thought make you uncomfortable? It should. It is what kept our society alive for so long. Samak crosses his arms over his scarred chest. Something else. Tell me about the three-tusked Lagar, the boldest and fiercest of the 6 great tribes of the Erngafat. It was we who first defeated against the Estermorn who came to shore 200 years ago. He raised his chin. We have always been the border tribe, and it has always fallen to us to hold the line against the outsiders and invaders. Arabius leans in with a whispered voice. The way they keep mentioning battles of old, you think they're the three-tusked martyr tribe. They're indeed fierce, and their history is rife with glorious deeds. I sometimes think that they'd fight the other tribes if they didn't have trespassers to hunt. What do you do here? And Anaphat of three-tusked Lagar, as Anaphat of three-tusked Lagar, I guide our tribe in all matters. He looks to the main room of the hut, where others have gathered. I am in Twin Elms to confer with some of the other Anaphatha about the Olamfin, your Hollowborn. We only have such birds here on occasion, but it has made us more vigilant about our neighbors. Once the Lagar stretches, flexing his claws. Smoke's eyes narrow. There are some of us who believe your Onolfin to be a punishment for the defilement of the builder site. Others say it is a plague carried by the Estermorn. All answers to fit their hatred. There's no reason to believe a word of it is true. You don't seem fond of us, Estermorn. His hunched shoulders straightened. I fought in the broken stone war and the war of black trees. I saw my brethren cut down defending the place of the builders, and I shed blood alone, Galvin Regid himself. He coughs. Now the Estermorn seems to think that they will find a cure for their empty children among our sacred sites. Or worse, that they will find sanctuary in our lands. His gaze darkens. And I've seen what happens when they set their sight on Glefathan soil. They're desperate. The best of them want to find a cure. The worst are looking for an excuse to plunder. And this worries you. He snorts. I've seen too many wars for this not to worry me. In my 250 years, I've led my people through 2 wars. Our borders have remained intact, and largely through the reputation of three-tusked Lagar. His voice drops to a growl. I've sired a dozen children, but none have been deemed fit to take my place. I care nothing for the legacies that obsess the Estermorn laws, but it is important that my successor continue this path. Is your role hereditary? Not entirely. We believe that the souls of our ancestors come back to us. That a strong soul may bear many more, but all souls must be tested by our elders. The Rao looks first among my children for a successor, but their souls were weak. Ordinarily, they would turn to others in my tribe, to clan hands and their families. Ordinarily, he levels his gaze. But we share a tradition of fostering the children of other tribes, and the Anaphat of Fisher Crane has trusted his youngest to my care. He grimaces. And as none of my own blood are fit to take my place, the Rao will look next to this bald child, the kin of another Anaphat, and my foster daughter to take my place. You should be so lucky, Heravius chirped. This young Fisher Crane lass is a great gift. You should be thankful. Heravius' voice becomes a low whisper, especially given your familial feebleness. Wait, what? The Rare will look next to this bald child. Bald child? His shoulders stiffen. I have nothing but respect for Fisher Crane, but their ways are not ours. The Arlings of Fisher Crane have lived in Thine Bog for 1,000 years. They are cunning and furtive by nature, which served them well when they have swampland to hide their movement. He crosses his arms. But this would not deter the Estermorn on open ground. I think you underestimate what a few stealthy archers can do. He points at the warriors gathered near the fire. Our savagery have deterred the Estermorn from further encroachment. They still tell of our deeds in the broken stone war. But if a child of Fisher Crane lead our tribe, we will lose that boldness, and the extra one will lose their fear of us. The child will be influenced by the souls of her ancestors. In time of crisis, she will look to her kin in Zion Bog for guidance. No matter what I might try to teach her, it will not be enough. He considers you. There is a way you could help. Few have the stomach for it, but I think you have the perspective to see why certain unpleasantries may be necessary. Go on. This Arlen girl has the soul of a leader. If it were passed to one of my own offspring, our tribe will remain strong. The Salagor at Dimok's side scratches his massive head on the Anemphath's leg. He remains steady on his feet. The Druids of Blood Sands have a way to do this, and they understand the importance of a strong line of succession for a three-tusked Salagor. Are you trying to kill this girl? Herevia steps in close, whispering, "This isn't right. Souls just aren't passed to another without..." Oh, you're trying to sacrifice. Herevius falls side and his fist clenching. He gives you a key. There's a house in southern Hartforn next to southeast Hertzsong, next to the river. The child will be asleep, and I arrange for her to be unattended for a time. His voice becomes a quiet rumble. Take her and bring her to Keeper Wildra in Bloodsand. She knows what must be done. When she presents you with the liquid essence, bring it back to me. Can we help? And what will Keeper Wildra do with the child? His scarred face twists again. Have you seen the rituals of Blood Sands? She will sacrifice her. Yep, it is the only way to distill her essence. Sagani looks the milk up and down. I could take him. She looks at you. Please let me take him. The Arlen child? Go on. Ooh. I'm not doing it, but I'm interested. I wonder if we can take the child away and bring her to Kainua for a while. I'm not giving him a I'm not. Trying to decide. Um. Hmm. I'm trying to decide. I know I'm not doing it, but normally there's other options in these quests. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. I I don't see why you need me to do this. Maybe 4 and 5 is legit. Hmm. I don't want to attack him now. We're not killing the baby, that's for sure. Well, yeah, we're not killing the child. I don't see why you need me to do this. Because I cannot do it without attracting undue attention. He frowns. I don't relish passing my own burdens onto another, but this will incite war between our tribes if I am caught. Um. Hmm. Let's. How can you possibly expect to get away with this? You know the girl is here, and one Arlen babe will look much the same as the next. He shrugs, but let me worry about that. Tell me about the potion that you need from Wardwa. Essence bound and distilled into a liquid. It will have little immediate effect on me, but I will weave a stronger soul in my future issue. Crap. There's always different pathways in these and to do stuff like this. Let's do. The trap is cool though. Hmm. What happens if I say I won't do this? I do not relish the deed, but 2 centuries of leadership have taught me that all things bear a cost. He nods one. Consider it well, Eshamar. I am not above rewarding those who are of service. Goodbye. It didn't. Did it? See, yeah, it didn't fail. So let's see. Oh, I don't think I was supposed to save that. I didn't want to. Oh, a young man approaches you with a swift and purposeful stride. While you've never met him before, he has the same stern, wild look as Samak. He doesn't speak until he's right next to you. When he does, his voice is quiet. Wait, I saw you speaking with my father. Say nothing. He glances back at the room with Samak. He's asked you to sacrifice Vela, hasn't he? He grits his teeth. Maybe he's right about three-tusked Stalagar growing weak, but if this is the price of strength, it isn't worth it. The tribes have survived this long because we've stuck together. It's how the Republic survived during the collapse of the Grand Empire. Had any of the great cities sided with the Empire, we would never would have broken away. Do you know? Do you have another? I would never hurt the child. He sighs. You did not seem like one who would, but my father will find someone who will. He doesn't give up on an idea easily. He sighs, but there may be a way to stop him. He frowns. There's an herbalist among the opiates at the Golden Grove. Bretta. That's her name. They all gather southeast of here by the river. She could brew a poison. Samak won't know the difference until it's too late. There's the found resemblance. Why not just return this child to her birth parents? It's complicated. A child sent to be fostered by another tribe isn't allowed to return. Wow. Unfortunately, explaining that we're shielding her from my father will make matters much worse for both tribes. He tugs at a thin braid. Let me guess, if Samak dies, you're next in line? It's not like that. The real have always determined that my soul isn't strong enough. Whoever follows my father, it won't be me. Okay, that helps me. You want me to murder your father? No, but it's better than allowing him to murder this child. Fine. There's an easier way to kill Samak, you know. His warriors will surround you in no time. Because it's simplest. Besides, it's simplest if this happens quietly. Okay. I'll poison your father. Without another glance at Samak's chamber, he backs towards the door. Like I said, you'll find Bledha in the Golden Grove. Good luck. Interesting. I feel like this is still going to end in a fight. But it does help that he's not next in line. As long as he doesn't kill everybody who is next in line. Where are we? Twin Elm. This is where we need to go for Harabius. And in the Golden Grove. Okay. Directly here.
You have stayed true to our cause, Inquisitor, when so many others have not. For every heretic we confess, for every betrayer that burns on our pyres, new sheep continue to flock to Iavara Ix Incios. But not you. I underestimated you in the beginning, but no longer.
You honor me, Grand Inquisitor.
It is not for honor that I summoned you today, but for duty. Too many of our own have confessed upon the wheel and the rack and the flame. Too many of our faithful have had their minds poisoned by the Kratom witch. The tide is against us now. We have but one option. Iavara's following must see her exposed for what she is. She must confess her heresy before my court.
How would we reach her?
Not in Kratom, surely. Their lord has embraced her heathen faith and protects her with his army. But in Oceanus, things would be different. The king of Oceanus is a sinful man. We have helped him to see the error of his ways, and now he fears for his soul. He would pay any price for absolution.
But how will we get Iovara to move to Oceanus?
You have already done much for the Inquisition. I wouldn't ask this were there any other choice.
He puts his hand on your shoulder. What is happening? I'm not going there right now. I'm not going in there for sure. But let's save that. Did our vision journal update? Yep. So I'm guessing Aurora was our mentor we said that we chose. Two identical women seem to fade into view as they move away from the great trees that camouflage them. Their skin is tree bark, rigid and scaly, wreathed in a curling tangle of roots, buds, and blooms. Their hair hangs beneath the shade of serrated leaves like the drooping branches of the elms above, and the pupils of their eyes, encircled by hundreds or even thousands of concentrated grains, as if the mark and accumulated wisdom of millennia.
Turn around, flesh creature. Outsiders are not permitted to approach the elms.
One of them extends a snarl of roots towards you that snake and twist together to form something like an open hand, palm down. The other stares at you unblinking, and she frowns, and her frown deepens her. And as her frown deepens, her face creaks. Do you not feel it, sister? Something familiar? An ancient soul, like the other one. Another defiler, no doubt. Let us fail her and be troubled no more. It will pay the debt of her predecessor.
So it would seem, Rhiannon. But we must not hasten to judgment. I see a different motive here. Different questions in these eyes.
What of it, young trespasser? Is it as my sister says? Or are you here to stain this place with foul deeds?
I seek a man who came through here. It sounds as though you have already met him. There by her own admission, Sata.
Really, sister? And you wonder why your leaves begin to fall out before midsummer. Clearly that man did not want to be followed. Whatever the relationship here, I suspect it is anything but cordial.
Rahinwan opens her mouth to respond, but all that escapes her knotted lips is an exasperated rustling sigh. Sata turns back to face you.
The answer is yes, old one.
Old
We
one.
crossed paths with Theos not long ago, and we can tell you where he went. But I find it curious that anyone would seek him out. Suspicious, even. If we are to help you find him, we would know why.
Stopping him might end Wadewan's legacy.
So that is the reason he passed this way. This is low, even for the leaden key.
So you know who the Latin Key
I
are.
told you we should have confronted him, Sheila. He has
Sheeta.
always been a poison.
So you know him.
It would have been the last thing we ever did, sister. Who can be said to have ever gotten the better of Theos?
They did say they were old.
Yes, but imagine how much fun it would have been. Can't you just picture him all strung up in vines like an angry little puppet?
But that's not what this is really about, is it? You are bound to that man.
Sita glances over at you, and then her expression changes as though seeing you for the first time.
I see it now. You are awakened. Your soul is awake, and something once buried deep now wells to the surface. Past overwhelms present, closes in around you. Your time has nearly reached its end.
Oh, don't say that. I just need to get to Theos.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but Theos cannot give you what you seek. Nor can any man. An awakening cannot be undone, any more than your past can be undone.
So this has all been for nothing, and I'm going to lose my mind.
The soul is formless without a past to shape it. Did you truly expect to be able to wipe it away?
I'd rather have tried to put things right. A noble thought, but for the lifetimes that separate you from your problem.
However, as much as my sister speaks
Oh,
truly
you.
that there is no way back from an awakening, there may yet be a way forward. Would you agree, Sheila?
I would. Were the way not so likely to end in death.
Death may be preferable. Oh, man. At this point, I don't think we're going to end this. Okay, death may be preferable to what lies in store for me.
It
We're
may,
not going crazy.
But not all deaths are alike, and the man you pursue is versed in thousands of them.
But it said he hasn't
The
died.
man Theos, you must already know by now. You are linked by a common past. Something about it lingers within you, festering, unresolved. What it is I cannot see any more than you. And without that knowledge, your doom is certain. But were you to learn the source of this discord, perhaps it could be put to rest. Though it is equally possible it will trouble you as much now as it did then, and merely speed your condition to its end.
My past comes to me in pieces. How do I unlock the rest?
You might wait for it to come on its own, of course. But when it comes, it will replace your sanity's last breath. Such is the nature of your condition.
Ugh.
Or you could learn it from someone who already knows.
Theos. Will he remember?
It is said the gods made his memory perfect, that he may never forget his charge. If he ever knew, he still does.
Charge?
Not that he would tell you, of course.
You have followed the right person for the wrong reason, it seems. We see it often beneath the elms. The soul dragging mind and body to unknown places for unfathomable reasons. You may have wandered into Theos' path many times, in many lifetimes, without an awakening to show you why.
The only thing that's certain is you did not find what you sought.
You say you know where he went.
He has gone down beneath the tower to a place older than we, where the people of Engwith once walked. He makes his way to the buried city, Sun and Shadow.
Should I? Nod, causing leaves to shuffle against one another.
May he stay down there and rot with the remains of his people.
His people.
He may yet. He won't be returning the way he came, that much is certain. He opened a secret path in the tower's base, and saw it destroyed behind him through some vile means.
Is there another way to get to him?
We know of one. On the burial isle, through the court of the penitents, Braeth Yaman. A shortcut, in fact.
Don't be cruel, sister. The way my sister speaks of is not for the faint of heart. A great pit at the center of a forgotten court, where faiths were judged in place of crimes. To most, it is simply a gateway to death. With the help of the gods, it can take you where you want to go.
What do you mean with the help of the gods?
The pit is said to have been a means of judgment by the gods. Those cast into it are meant to die. It is that way you must pass to reach Sun and Shadow. The court is old. We do not know much for certain, but it would seem only the gods themselves can grant passage.
What is this court?
No more than a ruin now. It is older than we, a place for the trial of heretics. We were not here to witness it, but at one time there was a group that refused to acknowledge the gods. Neither the first nor the last, of course, but these were numerous and all put on trial for it. Those who did not repent were cast into the pit and imprisoned below. The fall killed them, of course. The prison was not for people, but for their souls, and their sentences were eternal. It is said that many of the condemned repented and were permitted by the gods to ascend from the pit, so long as they pledged their service to one of them. But these are old legends.
How would I ever get the gods to help me?
Behind us is Ter Evron, said to pierce the shroud itself and a place of communion with all gods. If ever there was a time for prayer, you have found it.
So the only way to get through this pit is to pray for help?
Not the only way. Just the only one that doesn't end with your body impaled on jagged rocks.
Okay, and who would I pray to? Any god you can, I should think.
I would pray first to those gods you like best.
Barath.
I hope for your sake, the feeling is shared.
How do I pray?
Ter Evron is also called the Hall of Stars, and the stars show us the allegiances of the gods. When stars are in conjunction, we know the gods they represent are aligned as well. You should choose a place to pray where you'll be closest to those you want to hear you. If a god stands alone, you should pray to that god. If they band together, you should address them all. Choose your words wisely, for all gods expect proper homage.
Okay.
And none has patience for fools.
Is there no other way?
None.
I have other
What
questions.
do you wish to know?
You mentioned that people come to these elms without knowing why. A soul has a will of its own. Its needs and whims are seldom understood, but they follow them all the same.
There is something about this place that reaches beyond our understanding, something like a beacon. The elms have a way of uniting souls that have been seeking one another, with or without their owner's awareness. Sometimes it is for love, sometimes for vengeance, sometimes for peace. Often it is for no reason we will ever know. In your case, let us hope it is for peace.
Or vengeance.
How did you know I was pursuing Theos?
The same way that you are no doubt able to peer into the ether and experience the souls of others. It is something we are born with, some more, some less. A gift common to many creatures of the wilds. You share certain similarities with the man you pursue. For your sake, I pray they are few and of no consequence.
I want to know about the two of you.
There is little to be said about us, for we are bound here, caretakers and defenders of this place. Our journey has been over time, but not distance, measured in observations, but not experiences. We have seen the elms grow tall. We have seen cities built, burned, and built again. The only constant has been the tower, a silent companion through the ages. You can imagine why this recent destruction has stirred my sister so.
If you do nothing else, make that man pay for what he did here.
I need to know about praying for the support of
We
the
will
gods.
tell you what we can.
Nope, that's
Before
it.
you go, tell me this, old one. I'm curious. If you were to subdue your enemy, what would you do with him? What would give you peace?
I wish to undo the harm he's caused. Wait, let's actually read these out. Number one, I won't know until I get there. Number two, I need to understand our history so it may be put to rest, nothing more. Number three, he must be destroyed. Number four, I will return him to the wheel of life and death so he may trouble me no more. Number five, I wish to undo the harm he's caused. Number six, I will set him on a better path. Number seven, I will take his place and power for myself. Number six. No, number five, I wish to undo the harm he's caused.
You would need to have twice as many lifetimes as he to repair his savage work.
But perhaps there are strides you can make.
All the same, think on this matter. Be assured in your course. In the end, it may mean all the difference, not just to his soul, but to yours.
Fair.
And be warned. Some questions have answers that can never be learned, and it is those that trouble the soul above all others. May you find an answer to yours.
Oh boy. Council of Stars. Let's see. This new quest. Oh, major adventure completed. Manena returned with experience and items. Spoils await. Okay. We're not doing that right now. Oh, some hunters. Are you guys the... Are you sure of what you claim? I hope that the sacrifices we've wanted... That we... with the frontiers open again, I assure you. We need much war paint in the coming days.